there, thanks for joining me for Bible journaling. Today we're going to dive into our Illustrated Faith Goals devotional. We're going to start in session 1 and it's #Wisdom Goals. And our verse today is from James 1:5-6, and I'll put that down in the description box if you'd like to head over and reference that later on. I try to put that down there so that you know where to find it. So today we're going to use this Mo's digital pencil image called Now I Lay Me, and we're going to use a boy version. There's a girl version. And I'm going to use some Inktense pencils to color that in. We're going to start by coloring the skin with 1800, which is baked earth. And I did not prep my page today, so it's just the Bible page, and we're going to try it out. And for that little boy there that I drew on the page, or I traced him on the page, I used my light box. I will put a link at the end of the video to a reference for you to learn how I did that. I did a video on how to do that, and so I'll put that at the end of the video if you want to check it out. So I've colored my color on, and I'm just wetting it with my detail water brush. Dried it, and then I'm decided it needed to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to add 1740, which is saddle brown. You just directly color it right on the page, or here you'll find in a minute I decided that was taking too long, so I'm going to pick it up off the pencil to put it on. And I'm just going to darken him up, and then every time after I've added the color, I give it a quick dry. And I'm going to add a little bit more of that first color, which was Baked Earth 1800. Give him a little bit more of a peach tone. And we're going to have some pink cheeks. Everybody has some pink cheeks. So for that, we're going to use 400 Poppy Red. He's all in his snuggly pajamas praying to Jesus, and I felt his cheeks should be a little bit pink. And I didn't dry it all the way there. I decided it wasn't spreading out like I like, so before it dried all the way, I made sure to move it around. Inktense pencils, after they dry, are permanent, so you want to make sure if you need to move stuff around to do that before it's completely dry. Now we're going to paint his hair, which is, I'm going to use Ink Black 2200. And here's where you'll see I decided that that was just not going to work out, so I picked it up right off of my pencil and started putting it on. And that does, for me, work a little bit better. Unless it's a small area, you can get a lot more ink on the page. I guess for me, I guess I could have colored a little bit more on there in the first place, but I was worried about what it was going to, how it was going to move around, because I haven't used it enough in my Bible journaling yet to really know how it works. I'm going to dry it, and I decided the back should maybe be a little bit darker. Add a little bit more black on there. And then I decided that I wanted to try to match this card here to the pajamas so that all the pages I do for this kit will be consistent. So we're going to use 1310, which is iron green, to color in those pajamas. I'm going to try to use some of the same colors in each session of the devotional so that they will all be consistent when I look back through them and know that they were from the same devotional kit. So we'll use elements from from the devotional and some of the same color schemes from the devotional. That way I can keep track. And I love this little boy on here. The verse is, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind." So he's praying to God, and he's going to have faith that that's what's going to happen. And here I'm deciding that we're going to try to match that pink, so we're going to use 310 Mid Vermilion and pink up his pajamas there so they have a little contrast color. But I really love this verse, and the card that we got on goal card that we got in the kit, it says on there, He knows our needs before we ask and wants to meet them in immeasurable ways. We're told that Jesus grew in wisdom. I love that. So that's part of our devotional there. And then I'm adding something for him to sit on. For that, I'm going to use 2020 India ink. And that's going to finish up the coloring. Then we're going to hop up here to the top, and I decided that I wanted to add a title up here in the corner. So for that, I printed out a couple of fonts on my computer, and the swirly font is Becky Script, and I used the size 30. I'm just going to trace that on with my Illustrated Faith 0.25 pen, and my pen, I've used it a little too much on gesso, so it doesn't work very well. So I end up going back over that later with my 0.65 pen. And here I searched for some stickers because I want to put God on with stickers. I decided these were a little too wonky and I couldn't find the right size I wanted. So then I thought these, and I thought those aren't big enough. So I found these Abigail ones that I'm going to spell out God. And I start near the script and then move to the other side. And then I decided that that O might be a little too big, so I made sure that they would fit there. And then we're going to do some more of our tracing. And the fonts on the paper behind make it super easy for you to get a swirly script that you enjoy. And then I'm going to use my faith sticker from the devotional, and I really love the color of this because it doesn't go with the colors that I picked out. I'm going to trace my verse so I know what verse I worked on for this devotional, and I like putting a box around the outside. And here I'm going to go in with my 0.65 pen and trace right over the top of those words because they weren't very nice. Next, I'm going to go back to my sticker sheet and I'm going to add some little background stickers around on my page to decorate it up a little bit because I didn't splatter any paint or do any decorating out there. And then I'm going to finish it up with my date down at the bottom. So I hope you had fun Bible journaling with me today. If you have a question, leave me a comment down below and I'll get back to you. Have a great